to the Scottish Esports League Season 1 Finals. It's time for the Splatoon Grand Finals, and we're almost ready to get into it. My name is Defer, and with me I have Nades, who has been really kind to kind of show up in the last minute. I know that Nades actually joined here for the ARMS tournament previously, but we, you know, when we...
I impressed the folk.
Yeah. Once we heard that that Nades was actually a good player in Splatoon, we're like, hey, do you want to come on and talk with us? You know, some people didn't make it out to the event, but we make things work here. That's what it's all about at Big Fest 2018.
And these guys all showed up?
Yeah, I mean they did, of course. It's Squinkling versus Ankling. No, Squinklings was the wrong one, because they have changed their name. It's Ducklings right now.
Ducklings.
Yeah, but they did. Yeah, and Dave is laughing in the background. But yeah, they apparently changed their name of the team between the qualifiers. But that's nothing, you know, nothing to worry
What's
about.
confusing to me
is
one team is Ducklings,
Yeah.
plural,
Yeah.
and the other team is Ankling,
Singular.
singular.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's the ducks versus the duck.
yeah, so we just call them the Ankling.
That reminds.
They're a single unit.
It's like the what would you rather do? Like fight 100 duck-sized anklings or one? I can't do that one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay,
Sure.
but we're ready to go into the first stage here. It is going to be Splat Zones on
Walleye Warehouse.
Okay, we actually nailed that.
Yeah.
All right, we see two sploshers actually on one of the teams here, and we're just gonna get right into it. Both players just getting right into the stage right now.
See, Otto's capturing a little bit of the.
Yeah, it's
their
going to be a big scramble here in the beginning. I'll see who gets the first kill right now. Ooh, it's very close right now, but let's see. Now we see the green team here in control, but now the kills are starting to come in, and for the purple team, it's looking not so good right now. Oh, and I believe
Ducklings have taken over the map already.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Ducklings are the favorites in this match. They have been the dominating force throughout the season, and they have the first place finish going into this, so they're the first seed. And they're looking to kind of lock out Ankling right now. They already almost have 50% of the points that they need to kind of lock down this first stage. And we haven't mentioned it, but this is a best out of 11, so we have a lot of stages to come. But, you know, Ankling is actually making a fight for it. They're trying, but they need to kind of gather up to get into this. They still have 2 down, now 1 down. If they can gather up, they might be able to go for one more push here.
These games can end so damn fast.
Yeah, and there we see it. The Booyah Bomb coming out there, and he's throwing it onto the control point just in time. 10 points left, and he actually got that. It was really nice.
So for people who haven't played the game recently, what
Yes.
does the new Booyah Bomb do?
Yeah, so the Booyah Bomb got released now in the 4.1 update, and it's really interesting because you have to spam the Booyah button, directional
Wait,
down.
the whole team does?
Yeah, I think you can actually charge it up with your team.
Right.
And you see it once more. I
Yeah.
think, and this is going to be so interesting today because this is one of the first tournaments that we see on 4.1. But we see once again, oh, this is going so back and forth right now.
Yeah.
But right now they're still holding on. Ankling still has the points, just barely have the point, but they're looking to almost lose it right now. They lost 2 players just there and then. Oh, and just going to be so hard to take control of this. But another Booyah Bomb comes out. Oh, yeah, it explodes. Gets the kill with it.
As opposed to standard play at home,
Yeah.
I'm noticing that there's a lot of team-oriented specials coming out.
Yes, I could definitely say that. And that's what we come to expect from the Ducklings, is just that they have a really good coordination when it comes to these things. But they almost have the point on 100%. And once they got that, they're just need this for a few more seconds. But Ankling are holding on so well right now. It's so good. And I mean, they're holding on by like a lot right now. I think they're just going to see if they can lock it down. Like Gruden is out here alone by himself. He needs some backup, but he's not gonna get it.
Yeah, the green team's making a coordinated effort.
Yeah, this is looking really great from Ducklings right now. The Booyah Bomb's
Wow,
coming
they
out.
just aced them.
Yeah, and they almost got the 100% of the point. They just need a bit more color to get
Groudon's
that one.
going in solo.
Yeah, but they still have those penalty points
Okay,
that are like
let's wait
gathering
to
up. The 33, 32 there, counting down in the top of your screen. So once that goes down, they just need 10 more points, and they got this one in the bag. Now, though, Ankling is making a run for it. They know that they don't have a lot of time, but
Whoa, he just took out 2 of them.
yeah, but there was a trade, 3 for 2. That's not a good trade. I think they need a lot more. And this is going to be the last push right now. They need everything to go in. 9, 8, 7. only so many points left. They need to go in right now.
Yeah,
or
there's not enough time.
It's
Yeah,
not enough time. And the first game will go to Ducklings. That was intense, man.
that was a
Yeah.
that was a fairly back and forth game.
Yeah, but they were doing well. Like Ankling was doing really well. I remember that I saw Ankling play about a month ago because they've
Right.
been playing in the season leading up to this finals, and all these teams have been going at it once a month, going up to this. Believe 5 or 6 times.
So what's the history between these two teams?
Sorry about that in-game voice chat, by the way. The history between these two teams is that I think Ducklings has been just a dominating force, similar to how Iceman has been dominating ARMS and Mario Kart.
Yeah, I felt that yesterday.
Yeah, you felt that. I think we all felt that when we saw the stream. But
Yeah, come on.
yeah, but he's not here actually in this one. He was playing for ARMS United that came in third. Just checking there. Yeah, tower control. Yeah, and
Yeah, all the settings are all good.
yeah, we're good to go for the second stage. This is going so fast. You're just blinking once, and we already have everything all good. Yeah, looks good to
We're
me.
ready to go to the second game.
Yes, we're.
1-0 to Ducklings.
Yeah, is everyone else ready to go to the second game? We are, at least. I know that some people here are watching in the crowd as well. So good to see. Warming up the venue a bit. It's not that warm here in Scotland.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's competitive weather.
yeah.
Everyone's at the edge of their seat. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
good.
true. All right, I think we're about to get readied up here, looking at both of the teams here in the lobby. When they're ready to go, we are as well. And the next stage is going to be a tower control. Now, what can you say about this Camp Triggerfish here?
So this map has fairly few like entry points in the center of the stage.
Yeah.
So a team that gets control of the center area can like just steamroll.
Yeah, and
essentially.
I think this stage is also one that has the fishnets on the on one hand of the side, which
Right.
is really kind of, it slows you down when you go on it, and you can't really go into your inkling, or like you can't swim around in that mode. So you can get stuck up on there, and you never want to get stuck in this kind of game. You always want to keep yourself mobile, because as a certain 9-hole grain said to me, Splatoon 2 is a game of seconds. So we're just gonna see how things are gonna go, and if it's going to go better for Ankling this time around. All right.
They did fairly well last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were looking at Ducklings to be the favorites in this finals, but if they played like they did the last time, I'm not sure that it's going to be a clean sweep. You know, they have been winning all the other maps, but you know, they've had some month to actually get together and practice for this, and we see a few other loadouts here. Not two sloshes again this time around. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so Ducklings actually going for a split there.
We can
2-2
see a
split.
difference of strategy already from the get-go.
Yeah, and it's just going to come down to the first picks. It looks like the split from Ducklings worked out for them. They got 2 beginning picks, 3 now, only 1 up. That's a wipe. That's a
I'm
wipe from the
noticing
beginning.
a big a constant in these games where the teams that opt for control at the big straight off the bat often lose control later on.
Yeah, and
Like it's worth it to go off the sides and flank.
yeah, and what we see here too, while they have one person on the tower, they also have the rest of the team just scattering out and making sure that the tower is moving as accordingly. So it's really good to see this kind of teamwork. But now it's time for Anklings to get back. They're using their supers to get in, but the Stingray is kind of fending them back a bit at least. Yeah,
Okay, Groudon's taking back control.
They
and the
did-
orange team are
they
actually
did
pushing.
get the tower though, but
Oh no,
oh,
that's
that's not what you want. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, this is still looking a bit back and forth. It's even though it's 39 to 100, you need to go all the way.
Splatoon is completely alone. Oh, but he's pushing. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Okay, it's looking really good now. Let's see what he can do with that bubble super here. Not only like if you shoot those bubbles, they can explode and like give ink in the area, but they also give so much area control because you can't really go against them. Then you
Do they damage people if someone just walks into them?
Yeah, they do, and so they give you area control, but it also is super annoying to get around, you know? Okay, and there we see it from Muppet on Ankling.
Just supporting his team.
Yeah, I love that nickname. Shooting the Stingray towards the tower to kind of give him some space, but yeah, it's looking really difficult for him. Like, Muppet is giving a lot of good support here, though. Like, that Splatling that he's using. Oh my god.
He's cornered.
Oh, that
okay,
was so
made it.
clutch! Going back to the spawn, that was a really clutch play from Muppet. But we see the tower kind of climbing again. They're getting closer and closer to that 39 mark. And now they're taking it again. 38, 1 more point.
No single team is actually making the final push, though.
No, but that Stingray is doing so much damage, and not only does the Stingray fire through walls, but when you actually use it, you can see all of the players that aren't swimming around.
Oh
so
no!
You can, like,
oh no!
Tell what things happen. Oh, but this is getting close
this
now.
This is almost a wipe.
Yeah.
If these two people go down.
Yeah, and if
they can make the final push.
Yeah, and Cyber was staying alive long enough so they can get some backup there again. Oh, this is a dangerous spot to be in, but now he's reeling it back in. Now it's just really close to his final checkpoint. He has his super as well.
He's run out of ink.
Yeah, Ankling staying strong right now, but they have so much to push to actually get back into this. They're still on 100 points.
They need to cover all the ink as well.
Yeah,
because a lot of the stage has already been taken over.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like Ducklings, meanwhile that they've been keeping up this pressure, they've been painting the map as much as they can. Now Kamina is trying to get that back with the blaster of her own, but let's see here. He's actually making a decent run for it. Yeah. Now they're gaining some points.
They do have the man advantage, not anymore. So.
One bad part with the Stingray is when you're using the Stingray is that it puts you in a position where you can't really move well, and if you're on that tower, you don't have a lot of room to move with, so you're kind of a sitting duck, if you will.
Don't do this.
Hey,
come on.
Okay. Right here, big
didn't
fest.
Sign up for this.
You really didn't sign up for this. That's the funny part. All right, but Ducklings kind of taking it back right now. It's still in the middle, but you can't forget that they actually keep their points that they have. So if it's going to stay like this until the time runs out, Ducklings will win. So the ball is in Ankling's court. They have to make a run for it to actually be able to win this stage. Cybers has so good mobility here, just sharking around like crazy. I love it. Now this is the fishnet that I was talking about earlier.
Right,
like,
it opens up at the end of the last minute. Right?
Yeah, and I was going to say that Cyber was like out on his own there, but he was actually making a really good run there. Okay, now they're pushing, and 2 people are down from Ankling. 1 is up again.
Otto's alone though.
Yeah, and Cyber is staying alive there with the Booyah Bomb. That's gonna give them a lot of leverage. And 2 people are down. But it's so close. This stage really has that kind of end game level where it's just like it's really hard to finish the job.
They missed the final checkpoint.
Yeah.
They'll actually have to wait that extra second or however long it is.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now they do have a chance to actually get back into this. Anklings, that is. They use the Stingray right now, but I'm not sure if that was actually too early. I mean, they are putting pressure on the kind of people on the stage. Now you see Cyber here. I think he's actually waiting for an opportunity to jump into his friends there. Splat team is actually waiting for backup, sharking about, making sure to find the right opportunity. And now we see Ducklings, well, using that opportunity and letting the time go out. And that's what that's the only thing they needed to do, actually.
Sadly, they were stuck in their base the whole game.
Yeah.
We can tell by the coverage of the map, except for the little center area.
Yeah.
On the left.
Yeah, throughout this entire game, I think the Ducklings really had a good coverage with the ink, so that gave them the kind of leverage to be able to... Yeah. So we're going to go right into the 3rd stage here. Let's just have a look which stage it is. We don't want to load into the wrong stage. That would be a really terrible mistake.
It's going to go Rainmaker.
Yes.
Port Mackerel.
Rainmaker on Port Mackerel. And Rainmaker is actually my favorite game mode in this game, because it's almost like it's very reminiscent of Capture the Flag. Right. And I'm a guy who's I know that people know me as a guy who loves arms, but I'm based in Team Fortress, and Team Fortress had a lot of that kind of Capture the Flag action. So it's really good to kind of see that again. But in a Nintendo-esque way. You know, we've seen Capture the Flag in so many different games, but Nintendo always just finds a way to spice it up a bit.
My main reason for loving it is that the games can be over in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. If you want a quick game, you just jump in and lose.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, that's my experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we all have different experiences.
I love Splat Zone, but Rainmaker is like my kryptonite.
And you can't really forget also, if anyone is new to Splatoon 2 as well, the Rainmaker is not only a flag, but it's also a weapon that you can use, which is really strong if used correctly. So you can charge up the weapon to fire a projectile that explodes upon impact. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you had to capture the flag, but you were playing with a rocket launcher, I think that would be the... If you haven't played Splatoon 2 before, I think that would be the kind of thing you would say.
A rocket launcher that's really heavy.
Yeah,
because
and shaped like a golden
slower.
fish.
Yeah.
Why is it called a Rainmaker, though? I think I need some like lore help with that.
Because when you're holding it, you make it rain.
All right. Yeah. Well, today I learned. You just have to go with it, Nate. That's just how it is.
All right. I think we're ready for our third match.
Yeah. Players seem ready. And seeing some smiles here from the Ducklings players as well. Good. They're actually sitting really close to us, so we can't badmouth them too much because they'll hear us, and have to be careful for that.
Gotta be kind.
Yeah, a little bit kind. But it is time for the third stage. It is Rainmaker on Port Mackerel. And this stage also has a lot of narrow corridors which you have to watch out for. It looks like a wide stage when you see it from this perspective, but it's really not when you get down to it, because you don't really use those like middle areas, these middle squares there. It's all about the middle section.
If that we see Splatoon going solo on the side.
Yeah.
And three of the Ducklings going together.
Yeah, and we see already Cyber from Ducklings here already has that Rainmaker and is making a run for it.
He has no support.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna get taken out, and to be able to activate this Rainmaker, you have to shoot it enough so it explodes and you can get it up again. But you do have a time limit when you have the Rainmaker as well, so you can't just like run about and not do anything with it. As you see here, the timer on Grudon here, once the timer runs out, he will actually lose the Rainmaker, so he has to make something of it. They have to do with the time that they have.
Right now, all of Ankling are actually funneling through one area.
Yeah, that's really dangerous. Now they're trying to spread out a bit, and there are some
but
trades.
3 of them are dead.
Yeah, if Grudon can stay alive now, I was going to say if he stayed alive there just for a bit more, then he could have acted as a spawn, spawn location for the other players to super jump in, but he wasn't alive for long enough there.
As opposed to how it looks, this map actually has some important verticality to it.
Yeah, definitely. You do have those balconies up onto the left and right. Now, though, we see the scramble here in the middle. And Splat. Oh, Splat's him. Going for the Buddha Bomb. Man, I just love it. Like, I haven't even seen Dragon Ball, but whenever I see that, I'm getting hyped, you know? But Splat team is also using the kind of the roller, which we don't see it too much into the meta because it's not super strong. You can like if you see someone from afar, you can take them out really easily. But and as it is with this Port Mackerel, the narrow stage, you can surprise people really easily with that.
3 of the Ducklings were dead just now.
Yeah.
So Ankling could make their move, but they're choosing to ignore it. Okay, they're taking it.
Yeah, I think they're maybe trying to kind of choose their opportunities and find it.
Oh no, Muppet's getting flanked.
Yeah, it's looking to me like right now when I'm watching this is that like Ankling actually has a really good defense, but when it comes to the pushes, they can't really find like the opportunity to teamwork together to make it to the final push.
Yeah, so someone is always left alone, I see.
Yeah, exactly. And we can see that reflected in the score. It's 63-37. If you go all the way and slam dunk that Rainmaker, then you get the KO finish, but it's looking tough for them right now. See, they're just picking it up back up again, but they're still in a deficit when it comes to the points.
I think the smart choice now would be to let the Rainmaker reset and take control of the center stage.
Yeah.
So they can slowly make their push.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I think right now, we see Ducklings kind of trying to just cover the area before they actually go for it. Spread that ink a bit more before they go for it.
The ink armor coming through.
And ink armor is so strong. You can get 1 extra hit, but it's not that strong. You know, it's strong, but you can't just go willy-nilly right into that one.
You can't face tank 5 bullets to the face.
No. Yeah, you have to have some sense behind it. But now, ooh, that was a sick kill there from Cyber or Splat. Sorry, I want to correct myself. But loses the Rainmaker shortly after that, and the Stingray I could imagine being so strong on this stage because we haven't really seen anyone go up on those balconies as of yet. We were talking about the verticality, but right now it's just been a constant scramble back and forth. Oh yeah, and did you see that wall? It just the rain wall there.
It tanks so much. Yeah,
it tanked so much damage and just allowed them to stay alive for a bit more. Now it's just going completely chaotic here.
Oh my god, they're making a final push.
Is he going to do it? Oh, so close. 6 points remaining. Oh my god, but they're still having the pressure on.
They
can
got
do
it. They got it.
Oh, and there it is, the 3-0. Whew. That's so awesome. But yeah, okay, it wasn't 3 seconds at least.
Yeah, it wasn't 3 seconds.
It wasn't 3 seconds.
It was a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
It was a good match.
Yeah, and if they had been in ranked, they would have gotten the KO bonus points. Maybe they still do, though. No, I don't know.
So what did the Ducklings do well in that match?
I think the Ducklings, as we've seen now before, is just the coordination that they have. I do believe that just looking at the stage, it feels like, as we said, Ankling really had a good defense. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like what Ducklings did right. It's more about what Anklings didn't do right, you know? So we're looking at it from a different angle there.
Because Anklings definitely did have multiple opportunities to make their pushes.
Yeah.
But the coordination wasn't quite there.
No, exactly. You're right. And but this is going really fast. We're already.
It's already a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, exactly. And as this is a best of 11, we need a 6-stage win to actually take this grand finals, which it actually is. I'm looking at this. Oh, this match is really amazing, but this is actually the grand finals of this season 1 finals for the Scottish Esports League.
So Clan Blitz is relatively new. I think it first came out just after E3.
Yeah,
E3 update.
Yeah, and it was real, E3, that tournament, that was so good to see. What was it, GG Boys and Set to Explode, all of those players were doing so well in that tournament. And Clan Blitz is actually a really interesting way, a take. It's also one of those things where it's they've almost kind of mixed, what is the right sports mixture here? I would almost feel like football, like American soccer.
Right.
Yeah, mixed with some kind of basketball thing. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But
American soccer plus Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Something Splatoon.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that system that they have in place, where the team, if they lose control, they have an insane penalty applied.
Yeah.
You have to rack up as many points as you can in that small window that you have.
Yeah. So for anyone who's new to Clan Blitz basically works that you gather up these clams that are all scattered around the stage, and they work as resources. And once you have 10 of them on your tail, you get this kind of American football thing. That's what I said it before. And then you can go to the opposite team's goal, and then when you throw the big one, you break their barrier. But you only break it for a certain amount of time, and then you can throw more clams in, and the first one who reaches to 0 points, they take the game. But as you talk about as well, there are penalty points. Maybe you can tell me how that works.
So if the team racks up as many points as they can in that time period, as soon as the time ends, if they don't finish the game in that small time that they have, there's a good penalty that's applied.
Yeah.
I think it scales depending on how much you get.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So if you get, let's say, if you open up the barrier, but you only get 10 points, then you get, I think, 10 penalty points. So that means that you have to score 10 points off that. It's complicated. I know that there's a lot of almost like mathematicians. Wait, you studied math? This would be great for you.
No, please don't test me. I haven't studied in quite a while.
I'm kidding, but we're well into this game.
Team wipe right there.
Yeah, and there we see the barrier actually been broken right now by Ducklings. But as you said, they didn't get much from that. So now once the barrier runs out, they're going to get
plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10 in penalty points. So they need to score 10 points before they can actually rack up more total points.
So if they break the barrier, they'll actually get minus 30 out of 90 points.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
It actually impacts the game. Okay, his income just got cancelled.
Yeah.
His team will benefit from that.
Yeah, we see Speed kind of sharking around this stage right now, trying to kind of collect the clams, and they work as a resource because there are not infinite amounts of clams on the stage. There's a finite ones, and so if you have them, you can kind of base your resources around that, make sure that the entire team has them before you go in for the final kill. Now the auto camera really likes the view of that goal. I was noticing there for a second. It's it's been working out, the auto cam, for so long, but sometimes, it's an AI.
Yeah,
the AIs haven't taken over yet. There you go. The Booyah Bomb is online for Spid. Let's just see what he can do with it. Yeah, he gets at least 1 or 2 kills there, and he's close.
Yeah, he's going down.
But he loses that football. And if they can pick it up, they pick it back up, and they can go back to the goal. But they need to get to it first. It's on that high ground, so you can't really just go for it. As they said in Star Wars, if you have the high ground, that's not...
I want to say I got that reference, but I'm not a Star Wars kid.
Okay,
apologize.
Fair enough. But the turns, the tables have turned right now for Ankling. They have a chance to get back into it. Now Grudum is acting like almost like a spawning location here. Yeah, they can super jump to him because
he's strategically only having 9 because if he has 10,
yeah,
his position on the map will be revealed.
Yeah, that's true. And see, now we see it. Kamina going for the super jump here.
Nice,
Oh.
he actually managed to hit it.
Yeah, and they broke the barrier, and they actually took the lead.
They racked up quite a few points in there.
Yeah, and this is the first time Ankling has actually taken the lead in this grand finals.
No, but they're making a counter push now.
Yeah, but they have to cover so much ground to make it back there. Oh, and they're not gonna get there in time, losing one of the footballs to that splatling. Mappa doing a great job. Ooh, so close to getting hit to that Booyah bomb. They're holding on right now. Oh, this defense, that's what
they're all coming through. The squad are dropping in.
Where are we dropping, boys? Yeah, but they're like, they just barely got the lead.
But they took the lead by 1 point.
Yeah, and I think, but I really have to commend Ankling for their defense there. I mean, that's what we've been saying like all this time, is that if there's one thing that they got nailed down, it's just that their defense is just almost impenetrable. They have one of those footballs now, but as you said, the location
they're stuck in their base.
Yeah, and okay, Kamina is going to open it up there with the Tentactech missiles, get some ground, but it's not going to make it far before Cyber GW takes them out. Alright. Let's see here. They have gathered up some specials here. One is out in Anklings. They're looking like they're going to make a run for it. Here they go. The barrier has been broken. And they have a few more seconds. They have taken the lead. This is looking very
Cyber's
grim now.
thrown in a lot of them.
Yeah, and they've gone down to 45 points, but that's all about they're going to gather now. And now the pressure is on Ankling. They really need to make something happen within these 15 seconds.
They only have 15 seconds. I don't know if they can do it.
No, they
but
really
Splatoon.
Yeah, game of seconds, as we've said. But it's looking really grim right now. They lost one, and the momentum has been left out.
Oh my god.
Oh, just going for it. No, loses it in the last second. Oh, and the overtime is still there, but they have no one to pick up the ball. Oh no, that was so close.
That was really damn unfortunate.
Yeah, just a shred there, and the overtime is running out. They're desperately trying to do something.
The Booyah bomb.
But Otto is going with that Booyah bomb to like deny any shred of hope that they had. Wow, they were getting so close. That's actually really high.
I really wonder how that overtime system works in Clan Blitz.
Yeah.
So is it during while their base is exposed?
I actually am not sure, if I'm going to be honest, because it's one of those things where it's like it's how Nintendo had put it in, but they don't really show it in the UI, you know.
Yeah.
But so now we have a 4-0 lead for Ducklings, but Anklings is getting closer and closer for every time. So I really like how this is looking for them. They just need to get that final inch, and they're going to go for 1. And that's when things can begin to shift. Oh. And I also love the stage selects for this tournament is that we had both of the teams pick 4 stages. I'm looking at Dave now to see if I'm correct. They picked 4 stages each, and then the last 3 were randomized. Okay, yeah, I got the thumbs up from Dave. And so we're going through this list of stages, which can be a bit different to, if you're a fighting game player, like a Smash player, as you are.
I love Smash.
Yeah, and as an ARMS player myself, you're really used to that kind of stage picking. But in Splatoon, it's more about you have this list, and then you play through the stages, and you just have to show your best because they're going to switch out the game mode so much. In fighting games, it's one mode. It's only Final Destination, no items. That's all there is to it. But not in Splatoon. And we're reading up for Wahoo World. I love the name.
Great name, to be honest.
Yeah, but one thing that we were also talking about previously, I've been looking up at so many like team names in Splatoon 2 as well. Yeah, am I gonna?
I love it. It's so comfortable.
Yeah. They were actually like when I took it off, I was like, wow, it's actually much colder without it. Yeah, we actually. If no one knows about it, we actually have Nintendo in the house. So
that's right.
Not only did we get these awesome hats, we also have Smash Ultimate in the back.
I played so much Smash today.
Yeah, I know. I left you, and then I came back a few hours
and I was
later.
Still there.
Yeah, I was still there. Yeah, but they've been here, and they also have Mario Party that just got released.
Yeah.
And this weekend, it's not only been Nintendo, but being Nintendo fans as we are, we've been really
Nintendo's amazing.
Yeah, and we've not only had the Splatoon finals, but we also had the ARMS finals and the Mario Kart finals as well. So this is the third and final game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Nintendo in the next season. But enough of that, we're loading in
To Game 5.
Yeah, and Wahoo World. Now, oh yeah, now I'm with this. Okay, so Wahoo World is kind of a stage that is built, a very circular stage. It's almost like 3 circles in like a Venn diagrams, you know, on a straight line. And so there's a lot of open space and areas. And I'm looking at it.
Both teams running through the center.
Yeah, we're going to see how they split up now.
Okay, now they're splitting up 2-2.
Yeah, we
on
see.
Ducklings.
Yeah, we see that. We saw that before too. It seems like they almost have like 2 pairings there, which is really good. Okay, Grudem going with the dualies here, and they're so.
You can
strong.
tell they've lost 2 people.
Yeah.
They get early priority, but as soon as they get that, they get picked off one by one.
Yeah, and I think almost think that Ducklings' kind of play style is that they have these kind of 2 squads, and then they try to see if they can get one pick. They go for it. But this is actually really good from Splat Team. He went into the spawn there to like kind of cut reinforcements off.
Oh, he's got taken out though.
Yeah,
That's
he
unfortunate.
went too far, but look at the points. When they focused on Splat Team, they actually gained so many points in the meantime. Now Muppet is going to make a run for it with the baller, but doesn't get very far. You know, the baller acts kind of like a shield, but that's not really how you want to use it. You want to use it to kind of catch people off guard and make them scramble. But if you go in alone with the baller, that's never a good time. All right, seeing us scramble here, just the trades. But as this is Splat Zones, the time is ticking. And Kamina now is making a run for the Splat Zones here. Has the super loaded in, and they're going to take over the control of the Splat Zone as well. Yeah, use the Tenta missiles to get some in coverage on the map, but they have a tough mountain to climb. Okay, getting the Stingray back up here is going to help a lot, but yeah, now they're coming in. Ducklings making a run for it. They lost 1 in this one. Can they break the momentum?
They still have priority in the center of the stage.
Yeah.
The green team actually kind of doing well, to be honest.
Yeah, they're doing well and they're catching up.
They have the advantage right now.
Yeah, if they can stave off one or 2 more pushes from Ducklings, they have this one.
They have this game.
Yeah, but okay, the Booyah Bomb now coming from Ankling the first time. We've seen it a lot from the Ducklings, and here we see the baller rolling around. Okay, I think he.
If they can get the advantage right now, just get beyond 11. All right, they're in the lead. This game is probably done.
It's looking really good for them. 3 seconds left. They might take it, and they do.
They got their first win.
First win going to Ankling now. 4-1. That's so. It's such a good grand finals. We've been seeing this. Like we've talked about it. How they've been getting closer and closer to actually taking a game, and they've done it.
I think they've figured out their team coordination, because that's the one thing that's kind of been lacking these last few games.
Yeah, I mean, they still do have things to work on when it comes to the initial kind of plays, but when it actually came down to it, playing on the stage, they kind of figured things out, and I think like they were popping off in the background. I think this is a big thing for them, because there's not a lot of people that have taken a stage even from Ducklings, so I mean,
that was a worthy celebration.
Yeah,
I'm happy for them.
I'm not going to be biased here, but it's like this is basically a David versus Goliath match.
Yeah, we've got to root for the underdogs.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the underdog story right there. But it's not going to be Splat Zones this time around, and I think as we've talked about, as we've been switching around with the different game modes, I think Tower Control was one of the game modes that Ducklings actually looked really convincing on. So
yes.
This is actually going to be difficult for them, I think, for Anklings, or Ankling. Sorry, it's singular.
Yeah, singular, get it right.
Singular, yeah.
No, I think I've messed it up a couple of times already.
Yeah, but I actually, as I said before, like checking out the team names for Splatoon teams, it's like you have these so serious team names when it comes to like Counter-Strike and teams like that, but when it comes to
and
Splatoon,
then we have Ankling.
Yeah. Now, I can't really think of all the
Ducklings.
names right now, but it's just like going through the kind of just going through the list of all the teams. It's just like it just makes it's heartwarming. It's like you know.
What's that sound that the female Inkling makes? There's one signature sound. I don't remember. Woomy. I think it's called Woomy.
Oh yeah, the Woomy. Yeah. I was like,
I've seen that around a lot as well.
yeah. I was like, what are you getting at? Woomy. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Right,
okay, we have everyone loaded in now, and it's going to be Sturgeon Shipyard for the next stage here. Whew. Whew. If it wasn't hot in this venue right now, it's going to get hotter right now. You know? Tower control it is. You have to ride the tower all the way to the last checkpoint, or time it out and just have enough points until the clock runs out.
4-1 score right now to Ducklings.
And we see the Brella actually from Ducklings. I haven't seen that a lot, but it seems, yeah, I'm actually curious to see how this will work out for them. Because we haven't seen that Brella being used at all previously. Ooh.
Oh no, they're being taken out.
Yeah,
but he has income.
The dual splat it's doing so much work.
Coming in clutch.
He can't catch him.
That was 3v1. That was kind of unfair, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it required 3 people to take him
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That was actually really good from it. But now, taking control finally off the tower. The scramble is over, and now it's all about the lockdown.
All right, Splatoon is leading the charge.
Yeah.
Actually heading into their base.
Yeah, and we see them using the supers there, the ink storm and the bubbles, to actually gain some ground and get some coverage of the ink on the area, so that it's harder for Ankling to actually get back in there. But now they're using the
3 of them are down.
Yeah, and we
3
have
of the
a flank
Ankling
here.
are down.
Oek. I want to say Oek because it's a Danish but yeah, I'm not gonna judge here. But Oek is actually going in for it, moving the tower a bit. And it's almost returning to its original state. They actually managed to get 4 points there in the beginning. I completely missed that.
That's right.
Oh, but these dualies are doing so much work. Grudon is actually, I wouldn't say like, you know, leading the charge too much, but he's doing so much work.
He's alone in their base though.
Yeah.
Which is, okay, his team has actually the priority.
Yeah.
So he gets to do that.
Oh, Grudon is doing so well right now. Oh, that was
Oh no, 3 of them are down.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a wipe. There's a wipe.
Yeah.
Now, we were saying that they were dominant on tower control. What happened?
Yeah.
Might be the land nerves.
I think last match must have given them the confidence they needed.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're
netting their first win.
Yeah,
I think they're not shying away now.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that Stingray actually. They were using the Stingray right on that tower control, or on the tower, and that's like, you put yourself in such a difficult position because you can't move out of that once you begin the Stingray. So, I don't know, that they completely lost their
initiative, yeah.
Yeah, the initiative. So now it's back into Ducklings. They gotta, you know, if you give the Ducklings an inch, they'll take a mile. So
yeah, and 3 of them are already down. So yeah, that's a complete ace, complete wipe.
Yeah, and they have.
They need to regroup.
Yeah, and the supers are coming out now. The bubbles to kind of cover the area, so they can give the time with the checkpoints. But now they're coming in.
Ducklings are about to take the lead.
Yeah, that was super coordinated though. A wipe, another wipe.
Another wipe.
My God, Anklings are Ankling.
From one side of the map to the other.
Yeah, and they're impressing me so much right now. It's 20-23. So even in the score right now, it's just really similar. Even the I love putting the sprinkler on the tower just like that. So it just covers the area behind them. Ooh, just in time. Gets the ink armor to stay alive. Oek, can I get it? Yeah, gets the kill there. Good job. Still 2 down.
We don't see it, but they're making such a good push. Actually, no, he's the only guy left now. Oek needs to head back. Nope, he's dead as well.
Yeah, it's so dangerous. Like, Oek was actually a bit behind when they were going into that checkpoint, so they didn't have everyone on deck or the tower there. But yeah, it's when they lose in this kind of manner, it's Ducklings have so much ground to cover to actually take it back. They do have a 3-point lead, so if it comes down to time, which I hope it doesn't, because it's like it would feel so bad for them.
Yeah.
You know, they still can take it, but you know, Ankling is going to try their hardest to not allow that to happen. See Kamina going here, but just alone there.
Yeah, alone, and the ground wasn't quite inked, so he got stuck right at the end, right before he went down.
Without a dualies, you can't literally roll around like Gordon did before.
Yeah.
That was so sick. Like no one could catch him. Okay, caught out in the open here. Some of the Anklings. Oh no. Okay, at full team right here for Ankling, and they're really close to the checkpoint now. 20 points, and the checkpoint is running out now.
Oh no. But no one's on the point.
Yeah, no one's on the point. I think Duckling is just trying to stave them off so they can begin it, but the tower is moving back, and this is good for Ankling.
One stray bomb just saved the game.
Yeah. See what Gordon can do here. or Grodon. Sorry, I was saying that wrong.
I didn't want to correct you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nate.
Yeah,
okay, there we go. Back onto the other side of the stage. This is. I know we've been saying that other ones were back and forth, but this is probably the most back and forth one that we've seen so far. But they really. Now they're going back to the same pattern that we saw at the start. They can't finish the job. They need to kind of coordinate at the last. Okay,
But they have 15 seconds.
This is a great use of Stingray. This is how they should do it. And the time is running out, though. It's only one up, and I think it's their like backliner. But Mappa gets taken out as well. They have no one to get with the super jump, and it's 5-1 now. Might be the last stage, the next one.
Ducklings got off to a shaky start at the beginning, but they slowly found their foot. And actually managed to end the game decisively.
Yeah, but I mean, this was tower control, as we saw, but the next one is going to be Rainmaker.
My favorite game mode.
Yeah, and I really want to see more games, so it's not like I'm hoping for one team to lose or anything like that. I just want to see more action, because this has been going so well. It's going to just... I love this fast-paced action of Splatoon 2. Not only is it Rainmaker, but it's going to be on the Reef, which
is actually the demo map when the first test Splat.
Yeah, test Splat.
Test Splat.
Yeah, because I was just like,
test fire. Sorry.
Yeah, because they have. But
there's test fire.
To be fair, Nintendo comes up with their own words for every.
That's right. Yeah.
Thing.
It could have been test Splat.
Yeah. I mean, what is it? For the arms, it was the test punch. Yeah, you know. So I have no fault.
That could have been test arms.
Yeah, it could have been anything. But yeah, I was going to say about the Reef is one of the. It's kind of one of the stages when I think of Splatoon 2, I really think of the Reef. And yeah, this stage is very kind of, I wouldn't say some of the stages that we've been seeing previously has been really narrow. In this case, the Reef is like very wide. It's a fairly balanced map. You have the bridge in the middle, and then kind of like a high ground and low ground there. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go in this time around. It's been looking good for Ankling, but they were kind of losing momentum in the last stage there. I'm not sure if...
In my mind, I see the area below the bridge as kind of being meaningless unless you're just traveling between it, because this is Rainmaker. You want to push for the end game right off the get-go. But, I'm not a pro.
No.
Let's see how these guys play out their match.
There is a reason we're sitting here and they're sitting there. You know?
Exactly. That's right.
But potentially the last stage of this Splatoon 2 Grand Finals of the Season 1 of the Scottish Esports League. Whew. I can't say that twice.
That's a mouthful.
Fast. Yeah. I got it. I got there in the end. All right, a very balanced lineup here, looking like they have. Yeah. Okay. I was looking at Ankling's lineup there, and they do have Muppet on that Splatling there. It seems to be their kind of backliner, kind of give them the support and act as a kind of spawning point if they all get wiped. But I mean, I say that, and they only have one up, kind of doing some work now.
So the Rainmakers spawn actually below the bridge on this map.
Yeah. Oh, wow, okay, jumped straight into those spawns. That's not what you want to do. Oh, okay, now we see Splatlim showing how it's done with the dualies.
Wow, he's taking them all out. Wait, this game might be over before you know it.
Yeah, this is some
he's
really
in the base.
Oh my god, I haven't seen this
calm down, Tim, calm down.
No, it's going to end just like this.
It's over.
It's over. The Grand Finals, just like that. Ducklings takes it home, 6-1.
That was so clutch.
That was so clutch. But did you see the movement of Splatoon?
That was insane.
Holy crap.
Took out 3 of them alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they saw how the dualies were being played on the last stage. So they're like, I'm going to show how it's done, you know?
Yeah.
I heard that.
That was a well played by both teams.
Give it up for Ducklings. Took it home. Very well played. But I have to commend Ankling too. They were playing so well throughout this Grand Finals. And, I mean, if they just worked a bit on their pushes, anything could have happened today. Anything could have happened. But it
was just the starts of the games were very iffy on their part.
Yeah.
In terms of most of the time in the splat zones, for example, they all pushed for the center.
Yeah.
But whereas Ducklings kind of split off and they gave up the starting position.
Yeah, exactly.
But they actually had the flank afterwards.
Yeah.
Which
in the end,
Which
you
they
know,
didn't do.
that's how it is. But
Yeah, but they can learn from it. And
yeah, and I mean,
proceed.
both the teams here are going home with prizes. I know that the first team is going to, I think, eShop cards and what is
And
it? This
40 pounds, I think.
yeah,
eShop
each,
credit.
each.
Yeah,
And
each.
they're also getting the pro controllers with the Splatoon theme.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I'm so jealous.
And expensive, but
Yeah.
I didn't say you didn't hear from me.
Yeah, nah.
But it's been a blast here, and this is not the only thing that has been played here at Big Fest 2018. There's been so much action going on, and it's been so diverse when it comes to the games. We've had Overwatch on Xbox. Like,
That's right.
before I came here, I was like, oh, there's a community there too. Well, I'm all about that. We've had Rocket League, Counter-Strike, ARMS, Mario Kart. This is so good, and even Ultimate in the back. This is...
I've actually played a bit of Rivals of Ether upstairs.
Oh yeah,
The other day.
Rivals
Yeah.
were super hyped yesterday.
Shovel Knight?
Yeah.
What? Didn't expect to see him there.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe in Smash, but I was like, oh yeah, he's an item in Smash. Yeah, you know,
Yeah. But you get to play as him.
Oh yeah, trophy. Sorry, trophy.
Yeah.
Don't want the Smash people, you know, gunning for me.
you dodged that bullet.
Yeah. But you know, this has been great, and thank you, Nate, for joining me in this cast. This has been a blast
worry.
to just go through with Splatoon. I know that after this one, I'll be looking more to Splatoon 2, and I can't wait to see what Esports Scotland has.
I really want to play the game now.
Yeah. After seeing this.
I think I'm gonna go home and get some hours in.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see what's in store for Esports Scotland after this weekend. This was the Season 1 finals. It's the first kind of big offline event that they've hosted. But I would say that it's not the last. I definitely hope it's not. But I think that is going to be it for us. I'm looking at production and seeing, yeah, I see a thumbs up going up there. So that's going to be it for us. This is the Scottish Esports League Season 1 finals. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Defur.
Nate.
See you next time. Bye-bye.